What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another GeoGuessr video, and welcome to a video where I'm going back to a classic, which is called A Linguistic World. Now basically, the point of this map is to put an emphasis on guessing the language, and it includes a lot of rare languages from around the world, lots of indigenous languages, as well as languages that are region specific, and sometimes just languages that are to do with a country. We're going to be trying to get a good score on no moving today. If the language is in view, I'll only play NMPZ, but if not, then we'll have to look around and go for the language from there. And yeah, I'll just try and make sure my guesses are mostly centered around the language rather than about any meta or anything like that. That having been said, obviously I will be taking in what's around the language as well, so there will be a bit of that kind of guessing. But I say without further ado, let's get straight into things here and see how we can go on A Linguistic World. It's really a fun map, and it's probably over a year since I did one on here. Here we are in India, I would assume, and let's take a look at the language here. So normally in Sanskrit, when you have the line unbroken across the top, that would be a North Indian thing. And it also exists in Bangladesh as well. But I'm assuming that this is going to be India. So we have some other things here, not really sure what they mean. But I definitely would like, before I go to the next World Cup, to be able to tell the difference confidently between Bengali and Hindi, because I do think that can be quite easy to distinguish once you know the general patterns. As it stands, I think this is probably going to be Hindi. For example, in Gujarat, we wouldn't have the line on the top, so we're not going to be in Gujarat, but we could still be in Maharashtra, or just all across the north, like this area here. And it feels kind of dry, so I'm going to go in this city here and give it a go. And, okay, well, it's actually in Maharashtra, in Mumbai there. That makes sense. I actually think it did kind of look like Mumbai from what I've seen of that city, so probably could have gotten it, but still a good start. And we got the country right, which is decent, although I do have on the State Streak script today to see if we can get any correct districts or something like that. So, okay, next one here. Let's see what we have going on. So this is clearly Greek language, right? Kind of a mix between the Latin alphabet and the Cyrillic alphabet, both of which derive, I think, from the Greek alphabet. So yeah, this one's pretty easy. I don't think there's anything specific here other than the fact that we do have both Latin and Greek, which of course means we're going to be in Greece. And I would say Larissa is a decent shout here. Could just be Athens too, to be honest. Actually, I might prefer Athens here. Let's go for that. And it was Larissa, damn it. Well, I guess they're two of the biggest cities in the south part, which it kind of look like. So there we go, 4.3k. Honestly, not too bad. Next one here. I'll have a go at pronouncing some stuff today. We have Dirk van Zulenstraat. Zulenstraat. Okay, so Zulenstraat. So yeah, this is going to be somewhere in the Netherlands, obviously. The straat is Dutch. And, well, you can pretty much tell that from all the brick buildings and the typical Dutch pavement as well. But, you know, that with that alone, we should have been able to get it. And this feels like quite a big city. So I'm going to go in Amsterdam. I think that's a decent shout here. And it was actually in Utrecht there, so not too bad, 4.8k. Next one, what are we going to have here? Okay, so let's go on language first. So this kind of looked like Japanese, whereas this, I mean, it looked more like Chinese, so I thought of Hong Kong, but I think with this also, then we should be in Japan, and that is just simply, you know, what is it, kanji, and that one would be hiragana or something. I don't actually know my Japanese stuff too well, but that is my assumption here. And I think we're going to guess just based on language here, so I think I'll not look around at anything else until I've made my guess. Obviously, minus the language, we literally just have like a warehouse to go off of here, so we're going to have to take a bit of a punt here, but if I had to say it, did feel a little more northern maybe, so I'm going to go in Akita here, and whoops, it wasn't more northern. That's actually a really good guess, but let's take a look around what it actually looked like here. And yeah, definitely north vibes here, but happy with that. Just from the grass, I was able to get a pretty good region guess there, which proves that sometimes the details you need are quite minute. But okay, this is an interesting one. We don't have any language off bat, but we do have some rock walls, which is really helpful. But okay, where's the language? Sometimes maybe the locations have been updated and the language is no longer there. So I think what we'll do here is guess and then see what the language actually was. And if I had to go for something, well, we actually have a red plate here, so that would be a Massachusetts one. So yeah, actually think I'm happy with that guess. And now let's see actually what we had previously that the map maker put here. Okay, so previously they had this sign, which they've gotten rid of. Why did they get rid of the Native American sign here? But okay, we have Chacogagogmancha. Wow, this is a crazy language. Double G's, double C's, wow. No, lots of double G's actually. So that's actually probably memorable. You could probably know that meta, unless it's common in other Native American languages. Then yeah, that could actually be helpful. But it's the Nipmuc Indians who were originally habited around Webster, Massachusetts. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder why they got rid of the sign, or if they just moved to elsewhere, or what. But yeah, seems like the map has not been updated in a little while, but that's okay. We went up with a 20,000 score there. Probably the India was the biggest contributor to us not getting a perfect score. But next one is in, well, let's take a look for the language first before I say where I think it is. And again, this one might have been updated because I don't see any language. Oh, we have it. Okay, Epu and Meheli. Now, that's interesting because obviously I think this is going to be Chile because the polls are Chilean style. But this could actually be maybe some native language. I mean, I don't really know how much of the native Chilean languages would have been preserved, but I'd never heard that in Spanish before. Not that my Spanish skills are particularly good, but maybe that is indeed the case. So where do I think this is? I mean, I looked around because I thought I was looking for language, so we should have a decent region guess here. What about here? I think this city could actually work quite nicely. Was in Temuco instead, just over the river. So that's interesting. If anyone has an idea there, then do say so. But I couldn't really. I don't think it's Spanish, so I couldn't really say much more. But yeah, interesting one for sure. Okay, next one here. What do we got? Okay, well this one is Zimna Vodka. I think that actually might be the same word as vodka, right? And oh, we have also Kaltwasser. Interesting, and someone spray painted it out. A patriotic Polish maybe spray painted that, because that of course is German on the second line. So as far as I know, the old German borders, they kind of like this, right? So it kind of encompasses all this part maybe. So it did cut pretty far over to Kaliningrad. That used to be Prussia, but then anything like east of Warsaw or down near Krakow, I think that's all pretty much old Poland. So yeah, I guess this should be somewhere just in this vague region here. Maybe Poznan would be a good hedge for that whole western area. And yeah, I don't really have, I mean, we can have a look around here. Yeah, Poland's pretty unregion guessable anyway, but this does feel maybe a bit further south. So I'll go near Wrocław instead. And yeah, it was there. Nice, good guess. I also find it kind of interesting there that the town was called Kaltwasser, because I can't think of anything that's kind of called like that in Germany. So maybe that's kind of more of like an antiquated name, or... But that doesn't really make sense, because these should all be old names as well. So I don't really know. That's kind of just an interesting little tidbit there, that it was called Kaltwasser. Or maybe there's another story. But anyway, we got a good score. Next round here, what do we got? Park Bottom. And then we've got some extra language. So can I get this correct? I'm going to pan away from the houses. Let's see if we can get this based on the language. So, Goelas an Park. I think that this is going to be Welsh or Scots. And I guess my instinct is Welsh here. I don't think it's Gaelic, but the other two definitely strong possibilities for me. Okay, I think overall I'm not really going to change my mind from Wales. Goelas an Park. I don't really have a good reason for that. Park Bottom. Yeah, I don't really know how the languages sound. I think just maybe Welsh is more common. That's probably the main reason I'm thinking that. Looking around here, it definitely almost looks like Northern Ireland, so I could see that being the case. Otherwise, Wales is probably the right call here. No, could be Scotland too. I'm interested to see regardless, but yeah, let's see what language that is. And it was, ooh, so what is that? So what would they have there? Would it actually be more Welsh? I think it's going to be something else, but I can't remember what that would actually be. Let's actually put that into Google Translate and see. Okay, Goelas an Park. Detect language has not picked it up. Okay, maybe we Google search it instead then. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this one, so we'll have to rely on the comment section. Do timestamp it and tell us what you think it is. I mean, our guess really wasn't too bad, but that's not really the point. I want to know what language that was, and maybe that could be useful in the future, but for now, it seems like we're going to have to live in mystery on that one. Cornish language, maybe it was Cornish. I don't really know what that would be, but yeah. Okay, next one here. We appear to be... Well, let's take a look at the language here. Okay, that I think might be Cambodian Khmer. Yeah, this looks like Khmer. So Khmer tends to be a bit more of a squared off language than Thai. It is pretty recognizable in comparison, but I also think that kind of depends on what font they use to some extent. And yeah, this should either be Phnom Penh or one of the coastal cities. Thought it might look like this city here, so I'm maybe willing to give that a go. Street number 13, I wonder if that's what that says. I suppose so. So maybe they actually also have a different numeral system. I mean, it wouldn't exactly be a surprise, but yeah, I'm going to guess here. Let's see if we're right. And it was Phnom Penh there. Fair enough. But yeah, Khmer, like when you're a newer player, Khmer and Thai can be very useful to differentiate, but eventually you do kind of just learn to tell the difference based on landscape and poles and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, interesting round. Next one here. Ooh. So we have Cyrillic language. We also have English and French, interestingly. So I wonder what that would mean. But okay, let me try and sound out what we have in Cyrillic here. So we have, oh, it's kind of hard to tell if this is an I or an N, but okay. So it'll be Sizni, Sali, E, what is that? What is that first one? Oh no, Chiniz, Ba, Jetkis? I wonder if that could have said something about Genghis Khan, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. Anyway, well, no, it's probably just translated so you can support this museum, but I kind of thought that, like, you know how they pronounce it, Chengiz, I don't know. Also, maybe just the way this guy looked also made me think that way, but this is an interesting round. I don't know exactly where I'd put it. We have people on camels. It's official coverage, so I guess it is somewhere in Russia. But yeah, I have no idea. I guess I'll go out in Eastern Russia, perhaps, because of the way he looks and because of some of these artifacts, the camels and everything. I might try in... Where to go, actually? It could actually... Oh, it could be Mongolia, couldn't it? I mean, I assumed with the Cyrillic it wouldn't be. But yeah, I think I'll actually go for that. So let's go in Ulaanbaatar then. I think they have a lot of museum coverage in Ulaanbaatar, so I feel actually kind of good about this. No, but it was... Okay, it was actually in a random little place there. In Burana Tower. How fascinating. In, of course, Kyrgyzstan. Now, they should just be speaking Kyrgyz language, which should be pretty similar to Russian. Obviously, it's spelt out in Cyrillic. But I wonder if that was actually uniquely, or if there was a Russian line and a Kyrgyz line, or what, and actually what it talked about. That would actually be interesting to find out. Hopefully we get some diverse people watching this who can explain to us. But guys, my voice is kind of giving out a little bit. I've been a bit sick, so I'm going to end off the video short there. But I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. I'm looking forward to finding out in the comments what you guys thought, or if you guys knew anything beyond what I did. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till next time, guys, and goodbye.